we talk about integrated pest management with insects, we're talking about a whole range of different kinds of strategies to help either suppress or control insect pests. Trapping of insects is one of those tools that you might say that we use to help us in managing insect pests both in farm fields, in the backyard, landscape, and in the garden. And I thought today that what I would do is introduce to you some of the models and the designs of all these vast numbers of traps that are available to assist you toward that end of having the edge over the insects that you want to keep under control. The first one I wanted to introduce to you is the light trap, which is probably familiar to a lot of you. And a light trap for many years has been the standard kind of a trap for collecting insects. Essentially, it's designed to have some fins on it. An ultraviolet light is used. It's turned on at nighttime to attract mostly night flying insects, but also some day flying insects. And these insects will hit the trap, fall down into a funnel shape, into a container that has some kind of insecticide in it that will kill them, so they aren't fluttering around. The one drawback with this particular design is that you have to be an expert entomologist to be able to identify all those different kinds of pests that are going to accumulate at the bottom of the container. And so it makes the job a little bit difficult, but still a very, very useful tool in insect pest management. Obviously, a light trap is very non-discriminating and you catch a lot of insects you have to sort through. So now let's take a look at a trap design that is more specifically designed to attract a certain pest. Now in this particular case, this is black cutworm. At the top of the trap is a pheromone, or you might say a female perfume to attract the males. And the bottom of the trap, of course, has a funnel shape like you saw in the light trap. And at the bottom container now, we have only male black cutworm moths that have been attracted. A much easier job in being able to tell how many there are. We have a second trap design here that is specifically designed for Japanese beetles, but in Nebraska you can use it for rose chafers who have a similar biology. In this case, it's a little bit different. There's a floral attractant here that will attract both males and females to it. There's also a pheromone attached to it that will attract the males in a container below to trap them as they fall into it. And then we also have a trap design that has been developed, and there are a number of different kinds that are very similar for capturing mainly yellow jacket wasps later in the season, which consists of a funnel that the insect, the wasp, will approach from beneath, a clear globe on the top, and when the insects go in there, they can't get out. They're attracted to light, so they're going to be trapped, and they cannot get out. And there's a substance that you can put inside in this tray to attract them to your trap. You'll notice that many trap designs employ bright colors to attract their target pest. Here's a case where we have a sphere that is a deep red color, just like an apple, that is placed around apple trees or attached to apple trees. There's a tacky spray that is applied to the surface of the globe, and this is to attract apple maggot adults. So it's used as a device to detect when apple maggots will be infesting an orchard, for example, and it helps us to understand when we can best apply our treatment for apple maggot. And finally, we have a very inexpensive wing-style pheromone trap made of cardboard with an adhesive surface to it. A number of different kinds of pests can be detected with it. In this case, lilac/ash borer. And you may notice that there's just a tremendous number of males that have been collected. So this has been very useful in suppressing populations of lilac ash borers. And you can see the role that traps play, suppressing populations of pests, detecting pests for the first time, and helping to determine when proper applications should be used against a particular pest that has been detected.